Well, our first guest tonight comes all the way from Colombia. Her current album, Laundry Service, has sold 8 million copies worldwide, and that's just to members of her immediate family. Would you please welcome Shakira?
What is your full name?
Well, do you really want to hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Shakira Mebarak Repolch di Torrados Bad by Servicio de Carrasquilla Gandur.
It is not. Is it really?
No, those are my grandparents' last names and my grandparents' last names and etc.
Did you?
But my name is Shakira Mebarak Repol because in Colombia we use our mother's last name too.
Okay.
I speak a little bit of Arabic, and that means woman of grace. Is that correct?
Yeah, that means. That means thankful too. Because
Maybe the Spanish dos cerveza, adios, un poco loco. I just asked you for a beer.
In English, Robin stands for big suck.
Yes. Is Colombia, all we hear about Colombia...
I gave you a whack then, mate.
All we hear about Colombia is drug lords and kidnappings and stuff. Is it a...
Haven't you heard about coffee and emerald?
And that. But mainly, is that just a Hollywood stereotype, or is it a scary place?
There's a tendency of making a cliche out of our conflictive momentum, because I think Colombia is going through very difficult times right now, but we have many things to offer to the world. We have a novel of literature, which is Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Oh, yeah.
And
Miss World on several occasions, I'm sure, has come from... Surely you've had Miss Worlds from Colombia.
Miss
World, the beauty...
Miss World,
every second year.
Women there.
Miss Colombia.
And then Shakira, of course. Famous for Shakira now.
You're the Goodwill ambassador, aren't you, for Colombia?
Well,
Do you have to open supermarkets? What's the story with that job? Is it...
That's, I guess this is an honorary title, but with or without it, I feel that any Colombian out of our country has to be an ambassador of our land, because it's really a beautiful, beautiful country, and it's so unfair that just because of the bad behavior of just a few people, a whole country has to be condemned by the international critics and in general, no? And
do you get home very often?
Yeah, I go home every time I can. I mean, I don't do it too often because right now I'm traveling around the world, but every time I can, I go back home.
Were you famous for your music for years in Colombia before the breakout single?
This is my 7th album.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So I've been doing this for almost 11 years.
How many of those were Spanish, those albums? Like 5 Spanish albums in Spanish?
6, actually.
6,
yeah,
right.
including a remix album.
And what do you think makes a breakout album? Is it the people that you worked with, the producers?
Well, I think it's definitely the music, no? The music and the rest is just accessory.
Do you write for a world audience, do you think, when you produce? You write for a bigger audience than...
I write for myself, because writing for me is like a therapy. I discharge many of my emotions and thoughts and ideas and questions that I ask to myself, and the answers that I find to those questions, I find them through my songs. So at the moment of writing, I'm not thinking about a target that I want to hit or
demographic.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of numbers of copies that I want to sell, anything like that.
Right.
Just obeying to in need.
You put a lot of effort into your music, but very little into the title of your album, Laundry Service.
Did you name that in a hotel?
Believe me, it has its story. I think that this album took me like about around a year and a half to produce it and to write all the songs. And during this time, I was just concentrated in 2 things and dedicated to 2 things specifically. One, music, of course, and love. And these 2 things were like soap and water to me.
Just trying to get the laundry bit in there.
Yeah, it was like,
So where did you send the laundry
at the
out
end
in that
of the process, of the whole creative process, I felt that I was just that I had gone through a laundromat and got a full service done. So
A full service.
I ask you about your dancing.
Oh yeah, the dancing. Is that therapy?
that's also therapy, but it's for you.
That's for male. Fantastic.
When we see you dance in the clip, what sort of dance is that? Is it a traditional?
It's my own way of interpreting music and feeling the music, but some of these movements are
Very
based,
good.
are inspired in belly dancing.
Yeah, but they're so inspired by. So it's not a. That is belly dancing, isn't it?
Yeah, there is. Some of these movements are traditional belly dancing movements. Some
Can
of
I
them
learn
are
that?
just my own interpretation of it.
Can I learn that? Is there lessons you can go to? You don't teach, obviously.
Well,
No.
it takes a lot of determination
Yes.
and practice.
Okay.
And
And does everybody learn that as a kid?
passion for it.
Is that, did you choose to learn it, or is it something you sit around with the family? You had 8 kids in your family, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm the 8th one.
So you-
the 8th one. The 8th
And you.
one. How do you say it in Australia?
Yeah. Still the youngest.
Eight.
Eight, mate.
Eight.
Eight.
And but kids don't sit around belly dancing.
Well, Tara River dances.
Imagine a river dancing belly dancer.
Let go of the river dancing, for God's sake.
You can how long? Like a big wrestling thing. Yeah. Belly dancing style. Just shut up
That's
now.
what we
Shut up.
kids, we drank Fosters as
The
kids.
belly dancing, is that part of your Colombian heritage, or is that no? It's part of
well, my background is half Lebanese.
so that's
my
the
dad.
Lebanese part. Oh, okay.
And I've always felt such an attraction towards those Oriental sounds, and I started belly dancing since I was 4 years old.
Wow.
You're going to do a song from the album for us?
Yes.
I got the right way up. Well, if you'd like to wander over to the sumptuous band area, and those who can't belly
you
dance
very
might
much.
care to leave the Shakira will be on a chair, I should warn. We should
I'll be
warn.
river dancing over here.
Please, river dancing over there. Warn our elderly viewers there may be some minimal belly dancing coming up. Performing, I'll give you time to get there, Shakira. Performing Underneath Your Clothes from her latest album, Laundry Service, which has gone ballistic all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Shakira.